Well, boys, we are legally obligated to be here recording an episode of Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That guy over there who's laughing at me is Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below is Sean. He supports Tottenham. Wait, you don't like my intro, Brad?
No, it just tells everybody. It tells everybody without us getting into it who won the Champions League final.
Oh,
I didn't know we were legally obligated. I was just here because I enjoy it.
You're just here so you don't get fined.
Yes, yeah.
That's
A fine to the swear jar, which we should have. By the way, we should have a swear jar.
You would be filling the sucker up.
Yes,
I would be the only one putting it in there.
No, occasionally.
You know what?
Almost.
We'll keep the podcast swear jar at my location. So that way, you guys, if you happen to slip up, you could just mail me $1 or whatever.
Yeah, Brad can Venmo you on the on the occasion. The only time I would be adding to the tip jar is when I get frustrated, which is very infrequent. It's very infrequent that I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Now, before it used to happen a lot more. This year, no.
No, it's a joke because like 3 weeks ago I was screaming at you guys on the podcast.
Livid. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. We did our job then.
What's up, boys? How you guys doing? Season's over. It's summertime. What are we even doing here?
Well, that's James. That's the goal as entertainers and as people in the industry. Is you want to invoke emotion out of people, and as long as we're doing that, we are firmly supplanted as entertainment destination.
I didn't know that we were in the industry, but I guess we have been doing this for, honestly, I think if you look at like the average length of podcasts, like the average lifespan of podcasts and things like that, we are probably in the top 5%.
Yeah.
And we're just screaming into the void.
That's all right.
Vibing.
That's all right.
At least we have a good time. But you know how
we are having a good time. Were you having it? Okay, go ahead.
You could help us stop screaming into the void by hitting that subscribe button, ringing the sub notification bell. If you're on the podcast site, hit with a follow, 5-star review, whatever your platform so allows, and then send it to your friends. Because if you do that, maybe more people will tune in, and then we won't be screaming into the void. We'll be screaming into your living room. How does that sound?
Yep. Well, we probably wouldn't be. We wouldn't be screaming into the void if the co-host wouldn't step on the promotional read right as you're starting it. So probably go off a little bit better.
We gotta work on that. We gotta lock in. It's finally time for Red Card Radio to lock in. Season 7. It's gonna be the best season yet, guys.
Yes. Hit that sub button so you can see all of the awesomeness.
Yes, but that's of course going to be after our summer schedule because all right, where are we in the world of football, in the calendar of football? So yes, the European club football season is over. Obviously, other countries do weird things like play football in the summer, MLS. But
for this year,
true. I think it's actually
this is the last year.
Is it 27?
The last year,
or is it this fall they start?
Yeah, they're gonna line up with everybody else.
Nice. I knew they were lining up.
No, next year is the shortened season.
Yeah, they're doing like a truncated.
And then after that, that will get them on the regular schedule.
I think it's fall of 27 that they're gonna be on the European calendar.
Yes.
I thought. Okay, cool. But yeah, so it's the summer, and just kind of a low key, lackadaisical summer. There's nothing big happening this summer in the world of football, right?
2 weeks, my man. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to what?
The old Dub C, the old World Cup.
The World? No, that happens. That happens in December.
Not this year, buddy. Not this year.
Good one was in December too.
No, it wasn't. Mid-season World Cup was trash.
It was trash, but it was in a good location in a sense that the country was small, and so all of the stadiums were like within driving distance, other than the fact that you'd have to drive across the desert. But Yeah, so we got the World Cup starting in America, Canada, and Mexico. The North American World Cup is starting in what, like 8 days, 9 days, something like that. Next week.
The 11th, 9 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
From when they see this.
8 days from when they see this.
8 days.
Yeah, Brad had to look at a calendar. But yeah, so 8 days from today, you can be watching. I think Mexico has the first game. I think they get top billing. And so that's good news for Mexico. But what we're doing this week, we'll probably put a little bow on the. We got to talk about the sheets of integrity. You know, when we make our picks back in August, we got to figure out who was the most right and who was the most wrong on the sheets. We got to talk about the fact that PSG are back-to-back Champions League winners. Big ups to the Parisian side. Commiserations to Arsenal, who don't complete their first league and European double. And then there is some EPL news that we kind of got to talk about, because there's the manager carousel is spinning in the Premier League. There has been some action since we last met. So, what's up, Brad?
Before we get there, though,
you got a look on your face.
Before we get there, though, I was scrolling X to see what other manager, like the manager merry-go-round was happening. And did you guys know that Andre Onana is still a Manchester United player?
Mm-hmm.
It will be with them for preseason for Michael Carrick to decide.
I think that's what you have to say. That's a corporate answer, but I definitely think that they're going to be trying to find a destination for him to sign before because is he? I'm
just saying.
Is he in the World Cup? Is he on a World Cup? Is he on a World Cup roster?
Ain't no way.
He was.
So.
He was at
wasn't he in AFCON?
Was he at Galatasaray, or which Turkish team did he play for?
Trabzon.
Trabzon. Yeah. So while you guys are furiously typing, yeah, that's a little bit wild. I mean, but we all have players who are returning from loans. Arsenal have
his team is not in the World Cup, so
so maybe they will be able to find a destination for him. Arsenal have Reece Nelson returning from a loan at Brentford. The poor man can't get a permanent move anywhere. I'm Brad. I'm sure you've got like 4 or 5 players returning
72 different
from loans. So
yeah,
I did see that the rumor, of course, always rumor, never anything confirmed, but the rumor is Vuskovic has something along the lines of Vuskovic said, if I extend my contract with you, Tottenham, I want to play at Tottenham. I do not want to go back on loan.
Hey, so do it.
That's the rumor. It's okay. I'll sign with you, but I don't want to be out on loan.
And I mean, I guess he could in theory block a loan move, just like kind of refuse to sign. So
doesn't De Zerbi want him anyways, or is that just like the club speak?
Yeah. Well, there was a recent, probably what you're thinking of is there was a recent post or quote from Vuskovic saying, "I really like De Zerbi. I really hope we get to work together in the future." And De Zerbi's sentiment was kind of the same. He seems like a top center back. Can't wait to work with him. Blah blah blah. All the coach speak stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't see why Tottenham wouldn't want him. Right? Like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that Romero is working his way out the door. Like, he's going to be injured until November, December, something like that. But then when he works his way back to fitness, it seems, because how long does he have left on his contract? How long is his contract remaining? Do you know?
Romero? We just extended, I think, 2 years ago.
28 or 29 is when it expires.
Yeah, we probably got 2 years left on it. I'll look it up while you're talking.
But if he's not going to re-sign, you've got to sell him either in January or the summer. And if you're going to sell him, yeah, I get the point that like if you have good players, you want to get the best out of them for a season if you can before you sell them. But at the same time, when you have young players, you have to play them for them to get experience. And if Vuskovic is the guy, if he's the long-term guy, if he's the William Saliba for Tottenham, put him in there. What does it do to hurt you, right?
Yeah, Romero is good through 29.
Especially if Romero's injured through November or December, you're going to need good center backs. And he had a good season last year. He was where was he last year? Hamburg or
Vuskovic, yes. He
someone like
was
that?
the highest scoring defender, and he was rated by German whatever.
Bundesliga team of the
Tacticos,
season.
Yeah, he was rated the top rated center back in
Okay.
Germany last year.
And that probably means if he's in the team of the season, it probably means more for his defensive abilities than his goal scoring prowess. Because if I'm building a team of the season,
yeah, but he does both.
Sure. But if I'm building team of the season,
that's the important part.
Yeah, if I'm building team of the season, I'm picking my defenders who are good at defending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, Tottenham need that. Is he tall? How tall is he?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, fairly tall. He's also he's just extremely athletic. He's not obviously not as fast as Van de Ven, but I mean nobody is. But
true, it's true. It's fascinating.
Let's see. He is. I'm just looking up the height since you were curious, and of course links aren't working. Fantastic, phenomenal. He's 6'4".
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good center back.
Or if you're curious, he's 1.93 meters.
Thank you. Yeah, I was curious.
Meters made it abundantly clear.
Yeah, so he's a big kid, but Van de Ven's probably 6'2" ish. I mean, he's a fairly big.
I thought
big
Van de Ven
guy
was
too.
taller than that as well, but I guess
he's a big guy too.
But
putting them together, an extremely athletic center back and the fastest center back of all time, like those beside each other would be, that's great.
And especially bringing in someone like Andy Robertson, who is going to kind of like set the levels for Tottenham over the summer, like in preseason. Like Robertson has been there, he's done that, he's won everything. Like he's going to come in and have like standards that he's going to hold his teammates to. And if they don't meet those standards, I'm sure that Andy Robertson's going to light them up, because I kind of feel like De Zerbi's going to empower Robertson to do that.
Well, yeah, no, it'll be really, really beneficial to have Andy Robertson because of all the injured players we have, and Andy Robertson is also always injured, so he'll be in that training room just drilling those injured players.
Oh, I'm here trying to make I'm trying to make a positive point for Tottenham.
Rooms, great.
Hey, maybe Tottenham will investigate the retractable pitch enough and figure out that it is in fact the cause of all their injuries. But they won't be able to do anything about it because it's integral to the design of the stadium.
Absolutely. Reports are, though, from training that we really De Zerbi really likes Souza as a left back, but he is like completely blocked because with signing Robertson and Udogie and Spence can play both sides, there's just no path other than injury. There's no path for him. I mean, he's like 3 or 4 down.
Here's the thought: you sign him as a left back, and then he turns into the league's best right back, a la Jurrien Timber.
Right wing. Yeah. Or right wing.
We signed Timber as a left back to compete with Zinchenko 3 years ago, and now he's the best right back in the league. So
does that mean you're selling Ben White?
Probably. This is probably Ben White's biggest issue is his availability right now.
Center back body?
I was going to say it. His desire to play football, because it never looks like he is interested in playing at all. Visually, I'm talking visually.
When Ben White is on the pitch and he's healthy, he is a tremendous player. But his biggest issue right now is he's had a string of injuries. 2 seasons ago, he played almost the entire season like with nagging injuries, and he just kept fighting through because Tomiyasu was injured, and like we didn't have any depth at right back. And it was the season that Jurrien Timber did his ACL in the first game. And so like he played almost the entire season injured. And it's finally caught up to him, and he just can't get healthy and can't stay healthy. Ben White will end up on like a Europa League fighting team in England if he stays in England, on a Brentford or Crystal Palace or something like that. And he'll be a tremendous player for them if he can stay healthy. Newcastle, he could go to Newcastle. He'd be a great player for Newcastle.
Well, we've been recording for about 10 minutes or so. We have not talked about your Champions League final.
15 minutes.
He's trying to dodge this.
No,
That's what it is.
I'm not trying to dodge it, and I don't mind talking about it. I thought Arsenal. You're gonna poo-poo Arsenal because of the statistics and the possession and things like that. I think Arsenal played really well.
Defensively, yeah. I was able to watch the first half before I had to get out for a family event. And you scored in what, the 6th, 7th minute, 8th minute?
Yeah, 5th minute.
And I texted the pod group chat, and you guys just went into a low block, and I was like, you can't, PSG, you cannot low block for 80 freaking minutes.
Yeah.
And just let them pepper you. That's not going to work.
But the thing is, we did. And the only opportunity they got was from a foul by our third choice right back, who just like committed a silly foul on Kvaratskhelia.
Like,
yeah.
So I didn't see it. I just saw the memes.
I mean, it was a foul.
Basketball player. That was a foul.
Are you talking about the soccer handball stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looked like a deflection. I'm not pushing.
Yeah.
What I saw on the GIFs is that it hit off his foot and onto his hand, but like he kind of like catches it and bats it.
Like he tries to kick it, he whiffs it. It comes up, bounce off of his chest, hits his arm, and then hits his hand, and then he immediately boots it up the field. There's no one around him. Like, there's not a PSG player in sight. He's literally the only person that could play the ball, and he doesn't intentionally try to hit the ball with his hand. So, like, by the letter of the law, is it possibly a handball? I guess so. If you just go with the interpretation that any time your hand hits the ball, it's a handball. But like, there's no way.
That wasn't. No, that one is like, it's correct. The funny one was what was funny was all PSG, like Marquinhos comes up to the ref, says what the heck, and the ref's like no, and like they all chill out and go back to playing.
Okay.
Madueke tackles his defender, just happens to be on the bottom, and Arsenal is all like yelling, what's his name? Arteta's halfway onto the field. Yelling.
Well, I mean, you make that argument, but you forget that in the Bayern Munich tie, PSG were surrounding the refs as well. So it don't. You're doing it for the memes. I get it, but I have to. I do have to stand up for the fact that PSG were doing the same exact thing in the semifinal when they wanted calls.
The ref made the right calls on both of those. It was not a handball foul on Saka. And it was not a foul on the defender for
I don't know.
Madueke tackles.
I'm not convinced that it wasn't a foul on Madueke. I see the point that he does wrap his arm, but the defender does go through his back. He does come into his back, and then Madueke wraps him up. I'm not saying that Arsenal lost the game because of that. I'm just saying that I'm not convinced it's not a foul. That's the only point I will make.
That's the most homer you've ever gotten on these refs. But that was 100.
Yeah.
That was the correct call.
It was interesting that you said in the group chat, you said, Arsenal can't buy a call. Okay,
this is going to be the point I'm going to make, Sean. Go for it.
So you did win the English Premier League. So are you admitting that you bought all the calls in the Premier League?
So interestingly enough,
to go in your favor?
The Athletic just released a report that said if they redid the table based on if VAR and the refs got everything right according to the key match incidents panel. And do you know who won the league if everything was given correctly? Arsenal. So doesn't matter. My point, yes, we did. I told you in the text, I had just finished wiring the payment to Michael Oliver. I paid Anthony Taylor last week, and I just sent the last payment to Oliver this week.
Yeah, but all three of us know that. So the key events panel is pretty much just VAR, essentially VAR, or really bad VAR misses or not. So, but the referee can influence the game in a so much bigger way.
He can.
That does not show up on a key incident report.
You're right, Sean. And that's exactly what happened in the Champions League final. Because the number of times that so at the at the end of at halftime, Saka took 13 seconds to get over to the corner flag before he ended the half without letting us take a corner when we had an attacking corner. He blew the whistle 13 seconds after he awarded the corner and didn't let us take it. And then at the very start of the second half, he gave Mosquera a yellow card for time wasting after he took 7 seconds holding the ball before throwing it in. When multiple times PSG players committed a foul and threw the ball away or kicked the ball away. So it's like little things like that. Kai Havertz got every single time Kai Havertz was involved with any kind of questionable 50-50, he got called for a foul. Every single time. And so that's the point I'm trying to make. And you would admit that Kai Havertz's hold of plays is generally pretty good, Sean.
Yes, and this is what I'm telling you. For 3 months of Tottenham football, every 50-50 call was going against Tottenham, and it was infuriating.
I've never told you that didn't happen. I've never told you that didn't happen. You watched Spurs way more than I did, and so you would know that happened. And I've told you the entire season. I believe you. I mean, like, it happened in the Arsenal game. I mean, Arsenal got every 50-50 call in the Tottenham Arsenal game, right? And so, like
it was rough.
That is the way. This is gonna sound demeaning, but like that's just the way it happens, right? Like that's just the way it rolls sometimes. Is that like you don't get calls, and we all want referees to be perfect, right? Like I think in an ideal world, everything is perfect, every call is made correctly. But because we're humans, there's going to be variance, there's going to be subjectivity, there's going to be biases, things like that, and so we accept some level of variance. We accept some level of differences. But you wouldn't expect, every 50-50 call in a game to go one team's way. And that's kind of just the way I felt in this PSG game, in this Champions League final, is that Arsenal, like Saka got given a yellow card when he won the ball. Like both he and the PSG player both slid in for the ball. He wins the ball, and as he wins the ball, his foot goes over top of the ball, and the back of his calf touches the PSG player's leg, and he gives Saka a yellow card for that. Jurrien Timber in the 87th minute got his back to goal, like 10 yards away from right outside the 18-yard box, spins, turns his hand, and his hand clips a PSG player on the chin, and gets called for a foul. Like he doesn't slap him, doesn't push him, just like spins and his hand touches his chin and gets called for a foul. And like he spun and he was in on goal. Like he was by himself. And it was the stuff like that. Ultimately, Arsenal lost on penalties. Super heartbreaking. I was just silent. I was silent for what are you doing, Brad?
Penalty kicks. One went this way.
Oh.
One went that way.
Yeah. As they missed low to the keeper's right, and
Gabriel's ball just landed.
Yes. Well, it was only slightly over the bar. He only missed it a little bit.
Couldn't happen to him.
Couldn't happen to a better player.
Yeah, there you go, Brad. There you go, Brad. Couldn't happen to a better player.
Couldn't happen to a better player.
All right. I have a bit of Champions League trivia. So Arsenal
only team to lose twice.
Yes. Well, Arsenal went undefeated in the Champions League this season.
Did they?
Arsenal went, well, technically you could make an argument that when games end, when you lose on penalties, you don't lose the game. I've seen some arguments there. But before the final, Arsenal are the only Arsenal this season lost the Champions League without losing a game up to the final. Can you tell me the other times that's happened?
I'm going to guess, since you're saying this, that would be 2006.
Okay. Yes, correct. The
Arsenal losing to Barcelona.
Yes. The only two times a team has gone undefeated in the Champions League up to the final and not won the Champions League is Arsenal.
Hey, and also the only two times a team has gone up 1-0 in the first half of the Champions League final and not won
I
it.
didn't know that, Brad.
Was it 2006 and
Oh,
2026?
no. I didn't know that, Brad. That makes it even worse.
Did you?
Well,
Did you actually download it, or you just?
I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah. That's the other piece of trivia is that they are the only. There's only two times it's happened that they've gone up. A team has gone up 1-0 in the Champions League final and has lost it.
That's brutal.
In
06, there's extenuating circumstances because we had the red card, but
this is not a Arsenal bad situation or trivia, but this was the first time that the losing team scored a goal since 2018 or 2019. Sorry, the year after the Tottenham-Liverpool final.
Yeah.
That was Liverpool scored a goal in the Champions League final and lost the final to Madrid.
Yeah.
And then that was the last time. It had all been shutouts since then. And so this was when it was 1-1, no matter what, that would have applied. This is the first time since 2019 that a loser scored a goal.
First time it's gone to penalties, I think, in 10 years.
Was the last one that was
12?
Was it? It was Dortmund Bayern, I think, was the final.
Well, it was at least the last one that's gone to extra time in 10 years. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure that Dortmund and Bayern. I'm pretty sure that could have. Yeah, we could have people look this up. Stats and info, get on this. Yeah, like we have it.
The intern,
but I'm pretty. I do know that Dortmund and Bayern final that went to penalties for sure.
Yeah,
specifically remember watching it.
I think the final is in Madrid next season.
Oh, at the Bernabeu?
I don't think it's at the Bernabeu. I think it's at the Metropolitano.
So 04-05 Liverpool, AC Milan, Liverpool won. 07-08 United, Chelsea won 6-5. 11-12 Chelsea, Bayern, Chelsea won. 15-16, so yes, you were right, 10 years ago. Real Atleti, with Real winning in penalties.
Oh, so it wasn't Munich, Dortmund.
Oh,
so okay. You're a liar, Sean.
No.
Tell us more about this, Sean. Tell us more about how despicable and untrustworthy you are.
He's a Tottenham fan. What else do we need to know?
Speaking of despicable and untrustworthy, I have seen a strong contingency from Everton that there is a push to try to get the Hill Dickinson to host a Champions League final.
I'm here for
How despicable would that be?
Well,
that part of town.
Well, Anfield couldn't host it, right? Is that the problem? Is that Anfield isn't rated to host it because it doesn't have enough seats?
I think so. Well, why couldn't Tottenham or Emirates or why couldn't? Well, I know why Chelsea couldn't because I'm pretty sure it's falling apart. But
I'm pretty sure
our
Tottenham
could definitely.
I don't know if the Emirates is a top tier UEFA stadium or not. I'm pretty sure Spurs Stadium's got to be, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure the Emirates is like a Class A UEFA stadium or not. I could be wrong about that. But also, if you're going to do it in London, you're going to do it at Wembley, which is the problem in London. Is that if London is going to host the final, it's going to be in Wembley. And so, sorry, bub, you're never hosting a Champions League final. Neither am I, and neither is Brad.
Nope, go to Wembley.
Brad's definitely not, unless they build a whole new stadium.
We can't decide on a new stadium anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to get into this EPL news real quick, and then we'll finish with the sheets of integrity?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we recorded a podcast last Tuesday, and then we released it on Wednesday, and then what was it on Thursday morning? Liverpool sacked Arne Slot.
Yep.
Shocking. Shocking.
Bro, what?
So, okay, so there's probably... so let's think about this, right?
Please, because Liverpool certainly didn't.
Slot got Champions League, right? So he hit that goal, but underperformed. 100% underperforming season.
Absolutely.
Didn't get far enough in the Champions League. Didn't win a domestic cup. Scraped together his Champions League, his final top 4 run, right?
Well,
top 5.
They finished 5th.
Yeah, top 5. So not technically Champions League, but bonus spot. You have Xabi Alonso out there who plays a completely different type of football than what Liverpool wants to play. right? Like Xabi is not in the Klopp mold.
Sure.
Slot was supposed to be in the Klopp mold, but he's not really, right?
I mean,
so and he's a club legend, and so and he already turned you guys down waiting for Madrid. So you don't necessarily want him, right? But if you sacked Slot before when Xabi was available, the fans would be up in arms if you did not go after Xabi Alonso.
Oh, interesting.
So you wait. So Slot was probably going. So you wait for Xabi Alonso to be picked up by another club, which thank you. I'm here for it. Thank you. Great job, Liverpool board. So then you can get a coach that fits the style you want to play. A coach, not a manager.
Interesting. That's
who their here we go is.
That's an interesting conspiracy theory, Brad. In here, I've just been thinking Liverpool are incompetent, but apparently they're playing 4D chess.
I mean, I think that's the only really explanation for it, why you didn't just sack Slot at the end of the season.
Yeah, why you wouldn't announce midway.
Right, why did you have to wait for the review?
Yeah.
No, y'all wanted to make sure that his signature was good.
Interesting.
And all the hate had died down for them not going after him.
Interesting. Yeah, because that's my point. Like, I'm not even a Liverpool supporter, and I am incensed on their behalf that they didn't go after him. Right? Like, Alonso was available. Yeah. Like, I would have. I don't know why they didn't sack Slot in December and get Alonso when he was available in December. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But again, I mean, like, most modern clubs don't have managers anymore.
True.
So, and if Xabi wants to have more power, as he's shown that he should, right, or could have more power, then who kind of have to give it to him. But also, Hughes brought Areola to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Hughes is now in the Liverpool team.
Are Arteta and Alonso going to be the only managers in the Premier League right now?
Probably.
Yeah.
Depends on the title Maresca gets.
Maresca's 100% getting coach. He's 100% getting coach.
Done. That's not done yet. Who else? So Areola just wants to be a head coach.
Yeah.
And they said head coach.
He's going to be a coach. Carrick's going to be a coach. De Zerbi's a coach.
Is the delineation just specifically for the audience?
Carrick's a coach.
So it's first team coach, obviously that's self-explanatory. So the manager is not in full control over the roster, but has say.
Is that correct? They have more broad control at the club level in general. Is that they manage? The idea is that the manager manages the club, and they work with the board. They work directly with the board. Generally, most clubs
all the way down to U11
youth team transfers.
Youth teams.
Like they're working with the academy. They're working with the manager's working with the nutritionist, with the medical staff. A first team coach, their only job is to coach the men's first team, is to decide the lineup, decide what training is going to look like, and decide what the lineup's going to be. You know, you can make suggestions. You can say, hey, this is the type of football I want to play. These are the type of players I want you to go after. I think we should do this, but the manager, they're it's like the board. The board is above everything, and then it's the manager who's over everything else at the football club.
Well, so Xabi being a manager is actually what Boli wanted, because wasn't that the argument between Tuchel and Boli at the beginning? Was that Tuchel was like, no, you go get the players. I manage them. Here's what I want. You go get the players. Wasn't that part of the argument? Was that Tuchel just wanted wanted to just coach the team?
Yes, Tuchel didn't get Tuchel wanted before. Hey, I want this guy. Go get him.
Part of the argument.
He is the first manager since Jose, second stint.
Yeah.
Which Jose is doing Jose things and having a second stint again.
Maybe. We'll see.
I saw here we goes. Well, I guess we gotta wait till the election.
I assume it's assuming Perez wins his re-election bid. So
with Konate and Dumfries, right? Are there other two signings this week?
Don't you love the politics of Spanish football teams? It's great.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Can we talk about Real Madrid tapping up players again? with Konate.
So is it tapping up?
2 years on, and you're like, hey, we want to sign you. We're gonna make a stupid offer. They're gonna say no. Then we're gonna come another year, and we're gonna make the same stupid offer. And the club's gonna be like, no, that's not how much we want you to pay for him. If they say no that next time, we're gonna sign you in the summer.
Yeah,
for free.
Sure, but like that's different than saying intentionally wind down your contract. Like tapping up would be
is what they kind of did with what they did with Mbappe.
I don't know. Oh yeah, well maybe. Yeah. There's an argument there. But with Konate, like, and with Trent Alexander-Arnold, I mean, they actually did sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. They bought him from Liverpool.
Right. They gave them a token so he could come to the
Club World Cup. Yeah.
Preseason tournament.
Yeah, the friendly preseason tournament in America.
Yeah.
But I think I think we're going to see more and more of that in football, especially with these kind of these players who have been at a club for a number of years, who are on a second or third contract with the same club, who are on really big wages. Like
it's hard to afford both.
The non-English clubs are not going to want to pay what the English clubs are willing, like, value players at, because the problem is that Arsenal signed Victor Gyökeres, right, for what, like 70 million, something like that.
Yep.
They're going to, like, say in 2 or 3 years he's scoring 20 goals a game, 20 goals a season in the Premier League, 25 goals, whatever, and like he is, worth 120 million pounds, right? That he's worth 120 million pounds to anyone who can afford that. And the only people who can afford that are going to be other English teams, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and PSG. Because the European teams have no money comparatively. Everyone's broke.
The big problem with how players are, like the cost of signing a player, right? Like you can either afford the fee or the wages.
Yeah.
It's why Olise did end up at Chelsea. It's why we backed out of a couple of deals, is because the fee was so high that like the wages didn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, like Arsenal signed Declan Rice but for 100 million, but Declan Rice didn't immediately go on to 300K a week. You know what I mean? I think Declan Rice is like, I mean, he's on probably like 200K a week, which is still incredible money. But they're not paying like Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, like some of these what some of these players are making in yearly salary is absolutely astronomical. And we say that it's astronomical comparatively to other soccer players, other football players, because if you compare that to like American sport contracts are even more ridiculous. So it's funny, like we hear people talk about like how much soccer players get paid, and it pales in comparison to what American sports players make.
And we paid what, 120 mil for Caicedo and Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
They're on like 180, 200K a week.
Exactly. Which is affordable for Chelsea. It's a lot of money, but it's affordable for Chelsea. You put them on Reece James 325, 350 money, and it
250.
Isn't Reece James is above that?
250.
I'm pretty sure he's above that.
This is base wage. 250 is his base wage. If when we're in Champions League, I think he gets more. But no, 250 is the cap for what we're paying players. He's the highest paid.
Yeah. Well, it's not Erling Haaland 600K a week, so.
Correct.
Okay, so Slot was sacked. Iriola is the first team coach elect at Liverpool. That's probably going to be confirmed over the next couple of weeks. Marco Silva officially. Fulham dropped a tweet today that said Marco Silva is out at Fulham.
And he is.
Has he signed for Benfica?
There is a here we go from Fab that he is taking over Benfica.
Okay, all right.
So I have a question here, because a lot of these big jobs have been taken already.
Yeah.
Where does Glasner go?
Germany? Somewhere in Germany?
To the Maldives.
But is there a big team? Like Dortmund's not looking for a coach. Bayern's not looking for a coach. Leverkusen's not looking for a coach. Is Juventus? Where in Italy? Where are they doing their like roundabout again?
AC Milan. AC Milan is an option because what's his name? Max Allegri got sacked. Spalletti is the Juve coach right now. I just don't know if I'd want to get bogged down in Italy. Italy is such a quagmire right now. It's such a quagmire, Italian football.
So does he resign to Palace because there's nowhere else? Like the United job got taken.
I mean, it would be such a reversal because especially after what he said in what was it like February, March, it was so final for him. But also, he might be.
I think that's before Michael Carrick like messed up everything.
But also, I think that there's a world where it doesn't. He might benefit to be out of the game for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a sense, like he can kind of be there waiting in the wings for when some fire pops off somewhere.
Happens.
You know, when Michael Carrick eventually like things aren't going well for him, you know, and the United board pull the trigger quickly, or you know,
or De Zerbi gets into a fight with everybody at Tottenham and bounces.
De Zerbi punches Joe Lewis in the face or something like that. Anything could happen. So. Yeah. Lots of stuff going on there. All right, Brad. You ready to
all right. Should we get into the sheets?
Reconcile these sheets?
To the sheets of integrity. All right, boys. There were on our predictions for the boot, the glove, FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League Conference.
All right.
There were 2 people who had 3 right. There was 3 people that had 1 right, or 4 people that had 1 right, and 1 person that had 2 right.
Okay.
James and Sean collecting 3 of the points for nobody. For the record, nobody picked the Champions League winner or the FA Cup winner. Nobody.
Though in my defense, I did have the Champions League runner up. Just saying.
And you guys lost the FA Cup. I forgot.
Close only.
Jimmy had the
close
FA
only
Cup.
Counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, my friend.
Jimmy chose Chelsea for the FA Cup.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
You guys were the runners up in the FA Cup, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You and Jimmy had runners up in the FA Cup.
And I correctly predicted the tiebreaker with Trey. Frank Lampard, Coventry City. So I have the tiebreaker, which wasn't needed this year. But in 7th place, the man that knows ball. Follow him; he will teach you ball. Tam Zeed with 104 points.
So to break this down for you, we at the beginning of the season we picked 1 through 20 where we thought every team would finish. And the way that this works is, so we wrote down where everybody finishes, 1 through 20, and then you get a corresponding number of points for how wrong you were. So in mine, my first pick was Arsenal. I had Arsenal finishing first, City finishing second, Liverpool finishing third. So in my top 3 picks, Arsenal finished first, that's right, I get 0 points. City finished second, I get 0 points. Liverpool I picked as third, they actually finished 5th, I get 2 points. Make sense? So.
Makes sense.
Tam Zeed accrued 104.
Yes.
That's insane.
His most egregious pick, I think, was Sunderland?
No.
Brentford.
Tottenham.
Brentford and Sunderland.
Tottenham. He had Tottenham third.
And he had Brentford 18th. Oh yeah, I guess it would be Tottenham.
Tottenham is 14 positions out of place.
Yep. Oh yeah, because I still have the chart up there for his. You liar. Sunderland was 13. I wasn't that far off.
I was wondering what those numbers were on the side.
That was me.
You were counting. That's how you were counting.
Yeah. Because we didn't have it spaced out for where I could write it next to it. It was easier that way.
Brad, I'm gonna give you a quick Excel tip. You use the right click and you say insert column left.
Yeah, but then it's gonna mess up how pretty everything looked. I didn't want to mess with your spreadsheet, so I just did my work on the side.
Okay.
But Tim Zeed, Mr. Noseball, 7th place, 104 points.
Gosh, that's
the only
awful.
one to break the century mark. The only one to break the century mark.
That's terrible.
In 6th place, the hosts of all hosts.
Hostess with the mostest.
With 98 points.
That's a very reasonable number.
Just 15 points off the lead. But yes, 100%. finishing 5th.
What was my most egregious? Hold on, let me look here. Had to be Brentford, right?
Spurs at 5.
Spurs,
Brentford
probably.
at 18.
Yeah.
Probably Brentford.
Yeah.
9. Leeds was your most egregious.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You picked up a lot of points for Leeds too, buddy. Better watch what you're talking about.
I did. Leeds was my most egregious as well.
Do you know what my
I
least?
agree.
You want to know what my least egregious was? My 1 and 2.
Wow.
Can you imagine,
Still got
Brad?
6 points.
Yeah, can you imagine getting 1 and 2 correct and still finishing as low as he did? Man.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you were the co-host that finished 5th.
Oh wow.
Okay. Who would do that?
I had 92 points.
To be fair,
who had the number 2 pick right.
To be fair, I had Spurs finishing 5th. So
and West Ham finishing 10th.
Yeah, West Ham finishing 10th. Yeah, not good on
Brentford
not
and
good for your
Leeds
boy.
in 15 and 16. And Everton
Sunderland
17.
Sunderland in 19th when they finished in Europe. Wowzers.
Yes. 11 points there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, 12 points from Sunderland.
I got a few things wrong.
Yeah. In 4th place, friend of the pod that hasn't been on the pod, Mr. Trey with 91 points.
Yeah, his big one is Leeds, it looks like.
Yep. This is where it gets fun. This is where super friend of the pod. This is the top 3. Mr. Joel finishes 3rd with 86 points. His most egregious was the team he hates the most.
Yep. Sunderland,
followed by Brentford. Completely blew up his spot.
Yeah, Sunderland. Do you really think that's just like that's just Tyneside hate?
I think that's hate. We'll ask him. We can ask him when he listens. He'll let us know. Joel, in the comments, let us know. Was Sunderland a hate pick?
Yeah.
Trey and Tamzeed also picked Sunderland to finish 20th. By the way,
you picked him. You picked him to finish 19th, buddy.
Dang.
I thought they were trash. So
shots fired. We all had them below. Like the highest they were was 17, and that was James and I. But your 2nd place finisher, the co-host who won the most, 85 points. 85 points. I thought I had won this until I did the winner score. Really sad about this. My most egregious again is Leeds and Sunderland. That's kind of like the theme.
Yeah.
Leeds, Sunderland, Brentford. The problem is the good thing for me is I had West Ham all the way down 15th and Palace.
You had Spurs really high in 6th though.
Correct. So Spurs at the top. Chelsea too was actually like 9 points off, 8 points off.
Yeah.
That's always going to be the pick though. So I'm always going to eat whatever everyone said is till they get the chip. And then I'm going to be like James, like, look, I got the number 1 spot right.
Hold on.
I finished 2nd.
Shut up, Brad. Anyone who legitimately picked Arsenal this year, that was a legitimate pick.
Chelsea was a legitimate pick.
No, it wasn't.
With Maresca, we would have won.
No, you wouldn't. Anyway.
Anyways. And the winner this year, Mr. Jimmy with 83 points.
You hit a lag spike right as you were about to say
Did I?
Yes.
That was the drum roll, baby.
Who was it?
Like a speed up of me saying everything?
Yep,
it was Mr. Jimmy.
Mr.
Jimmy, friend of the pod, super friend of the pod. Jimmy with 83 points.
Can I have a quick point of order?
What?
This has got it. We got to give it up to Jack, I think.
It is Jack.
I really think
know it was Jack that did this.
I really think Jack is the brainchild behind all this. I don't think Jimmy doesn't really know ball. It's Jack that knows ball. So congrats, Jack.
His most egregious pick was again Sunderland, but Sunderland and Brentford and Leeds. But his most egregious pick was Forest at number 6.
Yeah.
He actually had Tottenham pretty well at 13.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He had the eye on Tottenham, and that helped him out a lot. But Forest...
Tottenham won him the title.
You can make that argument.
I really do. Yeah.
One could make it.
One could
be made.
You just made it.
You did.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Jimmy.
All All right.
So that was the Sheets of Integrity. I am the winner of the hosts.
Well, hold on.
He's the winner overall.
We all know that the Sheets of Integrity are cool, but what really matters is the picks. And who won the picks, Brad?
I won that last year too.
No,
so I'm still the host with the most champs.
Who won the picks this year?
I'm still the host with the most champs.
Chat, he's not answering the question.
Yep. I'm a 2-time champ.
2-time champ of what? You didn't win this, dude. You got second, bro.
I'm of the hosts.
Yeah.
We're not champ of the hosts.
We're not making caveats, brother. You lost.
I was the one that did that. This was my segment, sir. I can make all the caveats I want.
Sean, do you agree with this caveat or do you disagree?
Absolutely disagree.
Thank you. You've been outvoted. Democracy, bro.
Again, though, it's my segment, so like my vote counts twice, so it's a draw at worst.
We're gonna have to call the board in. We're gonna go wake all the wives up. We're calling the board in.
Sure.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
You can do that. Go ahead.
All right, Brad, take us out of here. Do the outro, Brad.
Right. I haven't done that in so long, but hey guys, thank you so much for listening through all of this chaos and memes on during the summertime, but we have no Premier League football to discuss. Come have fun with us again next week, as True. I think we are finally previewing the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all of us will be in some sort of American kits or American attire.
Just gonna paint a flag on my face.
Bro, you should do that.
I'm not going to.
If we get 10 comments, James is painting his face.
No
there we
chance.
go.
No chance.
10 comments, James paints his face.
No chance.
But thank you for listening. Hit that sub button, share it with a friend, post on social media, tag us in there. I am at KSBradG. A man to my, I don't know which side he is at James Tiffany. And below, as he is on the table, is at Whiteheart_Sean.
Shots fired. info.redcardradio@gmail.com, and we collectively are at redcard_radio. Thanks so much. We will talk to you guys soon.